Since you have come of age, and I mean from 18 above, and according to your country, you may be 21 before you can vote legally, but depends. But let's start from 18, because I believe 18 years of age is mature enough to know what is going on around you, your environment. So my question is that, what do you think of democracy today? Do you think democracy is practiced the right way? Or do you think democracy is being weaponized against the people that it's supposed to serve? Do you think democracy is working for us? Or do you think democracy is a form of modern slavery that keep taking from the people, while the politicians keep feeding fat every day? I would like people to bring their opinion. What do they think of democracy today? Is democracy serving us, or are we the ones serving democracy? And if your answer is the later one, do you think we, the people, will enable it? Are we an enabler in how politicians treat us like we're shit? Let's get Catalyst Confluence on this one.
I'm locked in to the show that says what everybody's thinking, but nobody.
This is Adediji Nexus Media Production, and today you are on to Catalyst Confluence. This is a podcast where ideas converge. Alright guys, so let's start like this. If you have a company and you hired a manager to manage the company for you, at least before you hand over this position to the manager, there must have been some interview that you conducted that give you the assurance that this person can manage your company, right? And I believe the manager must have given you one promise or the other, that I promise that if you offer me this position, I will deliver a tremendous turnout for your company. You offer this person the job. Every quarter that you guys have to go through the progress of the company, you realize that things are declining. It's not moving forward. And this manager keep giving you promise that, oh, give me more time, give me more time. I'm very sure that if this continue after 1 or 2 years, you will have to come to the conclusion of firing this manager and look for someone that is competent, right? If that is the case when it comes to your company, why is the case different when it comes to politics? In democracy of today, we will, the people that is not pleased with the service of this, our elected official, we will have to wait 4 years before we can remove this person. And we have to do so through the ballot. That is, we have to allow this person to continue to destroy the country or the state for the next 4 years. Then we can vote that person out. We can't sack this person. We can't terminate his or her appointment. We cannot say, okay, you know what, we devote you. We don't want you as our governor, or we don't want you as our president anymore. We can't say, Oga, it is time to go home. We need someone that is competent. We can't do that. But we have to wait 4 good years for things to get messy, for things to get really, really bad before we can choose someone that is competent. And if you look at how democracy is being practiced today, someone that is an incumbent is very, very difficult to defeat because they have all the games, all the cards is in their hand. They know how to rig their way back in to continue second term because they have the power to manipulate things. They have the police, they have the state money to use. I mean, all form of tactics is in their hand. So it's going to be very difficult. Now, we may be looking at 8 good years of destruction in the name of democracy. But I don't want us to forget one thing, that if we allow someone, be it a governor or president or a senator, to keep looting us for 4 years, we may not recover back in the next 20 years if we allow it to continue. But if we have the ability to nip it immediately, that we suspect this person is not performing, maybe within the first or 2 years, and we ask this person to go, we may be able to manage our loss. But 4 years or 8 years may be like a little frame of time. But trust me, in reality, whatever that is messed up for the next 4 years, it's going to be very, very hard to take a turnaround. And that is why I do not understand this democracy of a thing that we will have to wait for our life to be destroyed. We will have to wait and endure our life to be shattered, and now go back to the ballot to say we want to vote this person now, to know it fully that they have the game of coming back, get re-elected with their talks, with the money, with whatever that they use. So we will have to endure for the next 8 years, and the next person will come, the cycle continue. How can that be a democracy? Because if we look at it, why is it that in the type of democracy that is being practiced throughout the whole world today, is that it is only the politicians that are feeding fat, why the people are feeding thin? Everybody is complaining about economic hardship, but I do not see any politician that is complaining about the hardship because they feed on the people. So to me, tell me if this is not slavery. Tell me if this is not slavery, that people go out there to work morning till night. They make money. Now government take out of that money in the name of using it to develop the country, the infrastructure and whatever. But we see all this government, how they spend this money on themselves. Buying luxury cars that worth 150 millions, building big houses, seeing them invest our money into their own private property, private business. So we keep borrowing money. They keep feeding fat. And the masses is wallowing in abject poverty. Tell me if that is not slavery. In a democracy that I understand, the type of democracy that I understand is that, yes, you are the leader. They choose you to represent them. But you are not representing them based on your own opinion. You are representing them based on the opinion of the majority of the people. So let's assume that, okay, we want to embark on a project. If at least half of the people says that, no, we do not support this project, I don't think any governor should continue with that project because you are representing the opinion of the people, not your personal opinion. If the country say we don't want to go to war with someone, the president should not make that decision and still go and cause something that will create war. And the effect of that decision, people now pay high price for fuel because of a decision of one man. Make it make sense that that is a democracy. That the people will say that, you know what, this is not our war. We don't want to do this. But because we elected you as a president, you can make that decision and override the decision of the people. That is not democracy. One example I want to lay out is that a president called me and you say that, okay, during your inauguration, as you were coming into an economy that is shattered. You said that you were coming to an economy that is at the verge of collapse, that the economy is already on life support before you call me, and you are trying to salvage it. Due to the decisions that you took as a president, people are now feeling pain. Everything is getting harder. People are facing abject poverty. And they were trying to do the right thing with you because they realized the president had made it clear it's going to be really rough. And we are on it with you. But make it make sense that the people are on it with the president, but the politicians are not feeling the pain. Why is it that it is the people that are feeling the pain? Why our politicians still live lavishly? And the president is telling us that the country is at the verge of collapse. The country is on life support. Yet our politicians are still living like we are in surplus. That is the difference, and that is what I don't understand. The president cannot tell us that, okay, things are not doing well, things are bad. And those things that are bad are reflecting in the life of the people every day. But it's not reflecting in the life of our politicians. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed is that they are living more lavishly. Our governors are getting more money. But we're not seeing any results. How can that be a democracy? we need to understand that this is a game. This is nothing but a game. You see, the country is the table. We, the people, we are the one on our knee, while the table is on our back. The politician are the one sitting around the table, playing us like a card. And the moment we realize this and come to our consciousness, if we all get up at the same time, get up at once, the table will collapse, and that will be the end of the game. Taking our country back is not too difficult. Restructuring how democracy is being played is not that difficult. What is difficult is division. The politician knows this, and they are using it wisely. You see, many of you are fighting today, and your fight is genuine. You are fighting for a better country. You are fighting for an economy that works for everybody. But you are fighting the wrong person, because that person you are fighting is not your enemy. You are fighting the wrong person because the guy you are fighting also is fighting for a country that will serve them. Yes, I agree we have some scrupulous elements that they are only fighting for what they will gain. But I mean, we have some people who are genuinely in opposition party, but they are fighting the same cause. But we are all blind to see the real enemy here. The real enemy here is what we do not see. And we have to wake up to see that we can't be fighting one another and winning this game. Our fighting means that we're still on our nail. If we're fighting one another, we're still on our nails while they are playing the card. They will use religion to divide us. They will use ethnicity to divide us. They will use party or partisan to divide us. But if we can come together as one people, the politician will have no game to play. If we can come together in unison, the politician's game will be over. But the divided we are, the better it will be for them. Because it is in our division that they thrive. It is in our division that they were able to manipulate us. There is power in number. There is power in number. Do you know that a bunch of brooms is very hard to break? But if they are scattered, they are very easy to break. And that is why, if Nigerian progress is your priority, if functioning Nigeria is what you prioritize, then we will all have to come together. There is no Igbo, there is no Hausa, there is no Yoruba, there is a Nigeria. Because if you are traveling out today, you are not traveling with Yoruba passport, Igbo or Hausa passport. You are traveling with Nigerian passport. For me personally, I've always been a believer of one Nigeria, but of full autonomy of each state that function independently. That is what I believe. I'm saying this to create awareness, because this is what we can do to open each other's eye. We have some people among us who happen to be the problem that we are facing today. Okay, we have some people among us. You see, let me say this. During the time of slavery, do you see those people who are slave traders, those who are slave owners? They are rich people. They have money, but they don't go out there to go and pick people. It is people among us that they choose slaves that are given a little bit of priority, make them look like they are better than others. Those are the ones they use. The same thing still happens in our politics today. There are some scrupulous people, some elements, some thugs that politicians use to put in check others that think they have voice. That is the problem we're going through. If we can deal with those people, those elements among us that happen to be the weapon, the tools that the politicians use, if we're able to tame those people and bring them to normalcy, the politician will have no game to play anymore. You see, what I believe a democracy should be is that I belong to a party. You belong to a party. If my party nominates someone, a candidate, if your party nominates a candidate, in a real democracy, your country should be the priority, while your party comes second. Your country should always come first. And in this case, if I want to be a true patriot to my country or a true patriot to my state, in this case, we're looking for a governor. If I look at both candidates, my party submitted their candidate, you submitted your candidate. If your candidate has better resume than my candidate, if your party produce a better person than what my party produce, if my loyalty is to my country, I should be able to vote your candidate. That is how it should be. If my country will come first, and I know that the candidate my party produce is rubbish, the best thing for me to do is to vote your candidate, because I know that your candidate will move my state forward. But in today's democracy, even if my party produce the worst of the worst, I will still have to be loyal to my party than to my state or to my country. And that is what is destroying our country today. That is the democracy we're playing today. And that, to me, is not democracy. That is nothing but slavery. So, I'm saying this to create some awareness, to make us realize that democracy can produce a better fruit than what our politicians are giving us. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that we should stop patronizing bad people. I'm saying that we should stop selling our vote. I'm saying that we should put our country first, not our party. Our party should not be ahead of our country, because if we do not have country, we don't have our party. I don't know if I'm shouting. I don't know if this is making sense to you guys. That just because I'm Yoruba does not mean that if a Yoruba man is there that is not capable, that is not competent, he's not going to make me buy petrol cheaper than you. It's not going to make my house rent be cheaper than yours. I'm not going to go to the market and buy a Congo of gari or rice or tuber of yams. They're not going to sell it for me cheap because I'm a Yoruba man and my kinsman is the president. No. It will affect everybody. And that is why we should start electing people that are ready to do public debate. I mean, we need to go back to bringing our candidates to a town hall or public debate to come and tell us what they have, what is their manifesto, what are the ideas that they have that can bring the country forward. We should not just vote for people because they are from our tribes or from our religion. We should be wise enough to see that competence and good track record is better than someone that comes from our tribes or religion. That is what I'm saying. We need to wake up, people. Please, we cannot continue this way. Selling your vote is doing yourself a disservice. Please, let's stop collecting rice. Let's stop being partisan first. Let's see how we can push Nigeria forward. Please, I'm begging us to stop doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. This is not democracy. This is never a democracy. This is slavery. Because people are getting tired. Yet our politicians are feeding fat. We can all stand up and end this game once and for all. We can create a country that works for you, works for me, works for everybody. We can create a country that you can get to the hospital today and get the best service. I don't know if any one of you remember that Nigeria happened to be one of the countries that people travel to come and get one of the best healthcare systems. They come to Nigeria to come and get treated. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. But Nigeria can still get back our glory if we, the people, are ready to do the right thing. It is your right to support your candidate, but do so with your conscience, not because you get paid to do so. Because for what I can see lately, many of our elders have become puppets. They have become liars. They go on public TV and lie because they get paid. Nigerian politicians have become what I call, they are black today, they are white tomorrow. They can tell you Tinubu is the worst person to run today. And tomorrow, once they get some little crumbs, they change the whole narrative and they will be telling you they get a second chance. An elderly man will go on public podcast and will be telling you I get a second chance because money is involved. They lied for a living. But we can change all that. If only we're willing, we can change it. Nigeria can be a better place. Nigeria can be heaven to other African countries if only we are ready to make the move. We can do it. I'm not saying there's no wisdom in old age, but it is not every old age that comes with wisdom. There's some youth out there that have the capacity. Let's bring them in. Let's bring them in and let them run for this position. And you will see how things will change. Let's continue this awareness. Let's continue the drive of making Nigeria a better place. And that is my word for us today. Let me know your opinion. Is democracy has been practiced a democracy or a slavery in disguise? See you on the next one. May God bless you. May God bless Nigeria.
Is a wrap.
Bye-bye.
On another episode of Catalyst Confluence. We are rooted in reason. If this hit different, share, subscribe, follow. Tell somebody who needs to hear this. I'm your host, Caleb Adediji. And remember, truth over comfort.
Every single time.